Hello, everyone. My name is Leighton Keller. I am currently a junior here at UMSL, and I am a part of the sports management program, along with also being a part of UMSL's baseball team. Uh, First, I want to open up by saying this was my second internship here through UMSL, and I was able to get an internship with UMSL's athletic department. Throughout the semester of working with the UMSL athletic department, I was able to work events with men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, men's and women's swimming, along with women's volleyball. Roles and duties that we encountered every day here with the UMSL athletic program. We would set up events, whether it be for, getting a basketball game ready, getting a volleyball game ready, getting soccer ready, or being around and setting up swim. Broadcasting, that has to do with videoing and getting the live stream set up, and also talking over the live stream. And this was more so for if there were fans or parents that couldn't get to UMSL to watch, the respected team play, they were able to go online and enter on the GLVC Sports Network, and that's where we would come into play. We would be displaying the game on the GLVC Sports Network. Market game was another key aspect, as we really took time and focused on the fan base during this internship, as that was also something I was really interested in, is how to get as many students and fans at this game to help support our athletes, because it's a huge help in keeping us motivated and keeping our drive throughout the game. So that was something that was really cool and able to do. Ticket sales was another thing, and we would really track how many tickets we were selling to students, how many tickets fans were buying. And every time after the event, we would count up everything and see how we can maximize the ticket sale and improve for the next event, so that we could get as many as possible in here supporting the Tritons. Running scoreboards and PA announcing were two that went hand in hand. And I was able to run scoreboards for women's volleyball and men's basketball, and also men's and women's soccer. As with the PA announcing, I would also get over the intercom for both men's and women's soccer, announce subs, work with the time stoppage on the clock, along with many other things. Game day production, that has to do with videoing the game and really taking video and capturing all the angles of the game. So when we are broadcasting the game live on the GLVC Sports Network, we often do need someone controlling the camera to keep, the focus on the live action of the game. Next, for my goals, the two goals I mainly focused on for this internship was to take lead in a marketing event, along with getting familiar working with different forms of technology. And I was able to achieve both these goals, as I was able to lead marketing for senior night of women's volleyball, which was a really good time because we had a good turnout and we had a lot of fans. Plus, the women's volleyball team was able to get the win that night. My biggest goal was to really just get a feel more for technology and working around on computers. And that was also achieved because Nick and Kevin both hosted many classes on where we could come and learn how to edit and work on computer and fool around, and they would help us at all times. During this, I also got to make a highlight tape for UMSL men's basketball and got to post it on our Instagram social media link. And then the things that I learned was expect the unexpected, problem solving, and the sole fact that communication is key. In sports, there's a lot that goes on, whether it be something at the concession stand, ticket sales, if all the technology that we need is up and running, if it's being slow, not connecting. So you never really know what could happen, but you just have to be ready to jump and fix a problem. And that takes me over to problem solving. It's normal to face many problems in working in sports, as there's a lot of stuff that comes up just out of nowhere. And so the key is to find the problem and take care of it right away. And that was something that was on very good display here at UMSL, especially working with Nick, as he took a very calm perspective at the problems and he would take care of it immediately. He wouldn't show any panic. So it was also easy for everyone else working around him to be okay, not to freak out and go forth. The next will be communication, and this relates back to problem solving, because if you can't communicate a problem, that's gonna follow up with more and more problems. So, if there is a problem that comes up and you don't know how to handle it, don't freak out, don't overreact. You need to get someone who knows how to do it, and that's where you need to step up and start communicating and finding the right person to take care of the problem. So when the event is up and running, everything will be good to go. Takeaway and growth I had during this internship were problem solving, for the sole fact that I was fortunate enough to see a great display of problem solving through Nick, as I covered on the past slide. As he was very great about handling business and handling problems, as he would go around helping people if they had trouble on their computers. He would help get the scoreboard up and running. If music wasn't going through the speakers, he would figure that out. So, I mean, it was really a great display of being able to just see Nick and how he handled his problems, because it was a great example of how to do so. The next takeaway I had is you can really never be too prepared. The key to this is start early. If you have an event coming up, go ahead, see what needs to be done, see what help you can do, and get started off with right away, because it is very important to see if the scoreboard's up and running, if you can connect everything with Bluetooth and with Wi-Fi the night or two before a game, because if not, you need to be able to take care of that problem the night or two before the event, match, or game starts, instead of getting caught up on the day of the game when it really could have been taken care of in the future, because knowing on game days they can be kind of crazy and there's more subject to go wrong then. So if you can avoid any problems that could happen before, it would be great. So that preparation is a huge piece of being successful in sports. And then fan experience was another keynote that we hit on with Kevin and Nick, as we wanted to see a lot of UMSL students and really just see a fan base, and how can we figure out how to get fans out to support UMSL and make these games a little bit more fun for not just the fans themselves, but also the athletes, because I know every athlete loves sitting out and seeing the stands packed, cheering for them and helping them move on and win this game. Things that I would tell my younger self is, first off, make connections right away. Don't be, sports is really big into connecting with one another and knowing people out there that can help you take the next step forward. And so when you make a connection, it's not just a hello, how are you, and meeting them. That's just the connection starting. You need to also follow up along with, because that follow up is where a deeper connection is truly made, and those deep connections you make with people in the sports industry can really go a long way. You also want to get as much experience in as many different things. For example, if you have one internship in your first internship and you loved it and you had a great time with it, try to keep your mind open and subject to other things, because as that one internship that you really enjoyed, that might be a stepping stone, as now you know more of what you're going to do. But you also want to make sure that you're putting yourself in different situations, because in the sports industry, there could be many different roles to be filled or that you step up into, and getting a lot of experience on many different things early on in your sports career can really help open up the door for many different opportunities in the future. And this also ties in with, don't walk away from open opportunities just because an opportunity comes and is offered to you, but you might not feel comfortable with it. Don't just turn away and not take advantage of the opportunity, because every opportunity is a good opportunity. And so taking those, even if you're uncomfortable, don't know how to do it, it's a great learning experience. And now you do know how to do it after it's done. So never miss out on those learning opportunities that come and directly hit you in the face. Like, take them, don't ignore them. Advice that I want to give to incoming students is, first and foremost, email Dr. Baleska and see if you can set up a Zoom time with her, because even if you don't think you need to do that, one, it would be great introduction to form a connection with Dr. Baleska, because I know she is who has really pushed me and helped me go to the next level and really try to stand out with sports management. She's really helped me get a good understanding of what it takes to be successful in sports management. Plus, she's also there for many other things, like helping you with LinkedIn posts, helping you set up your LinkedIn profile, and along with also helping you set up your resume and sending it out to potential job offers. It's also a very action-based class. You're not going to come in and only sit and look at PowerPoints and have student lectures. You're going to have many experiences of volunteer hours to where she will have many events that come into conversation during class. That gives each student in her class an opportunity to go ahead and get started. But we also have a lot of guest speakers that we are allowed to connect with after. So it's really just, it's meant for you to succeed. You just have to take what you want out of it. And finally, a big thing that Dr. Valeska stresses is be active on LinkedIn. Don't just set it up and ignore it after. Turn those notifications on, be active on there, make connections, meet new people, talk to people, and see where it goes, because LinkedIn is a lot more beneficial than you think, just for the sole fact that when I first experienced LinkedIn, I had no clue what it was. And I also didn't realize how powerful and how much it actually works in your beneficiary. Advice for current sports management students that I have is don't be content. You can go and get internships, but you want to keep on building and taking the step forward, not a step back. You don't want to just find yourself complacent and content after you finish an internship or so on. So if you do finish an internship and you don't know what to do after, don't just sit there and wait around and let your resume collect dust over time. You want to go out and maybe do some volunteer things. I know one thing with the UMSL sports management program that we're doing is we have a sports management club, and we are raising money within that club to be able to go and voluntarily work at the Super Bowl this year, which is something really cool, because I mean, who wouldn't want to go work at a Super Bowl and experience it along with it? You're volunteering, and it's something you can put on your resume that really sticks out. You want to do the little things day in and day out. You want to show up on time. You want to ask and see if there's any help. If you're ever at your internship and your workload right now isn't easy, or you get your respective workload done early, go ahead and ask your supervisor what they need help with next, what you can get started on, because that goes a lot longer of a way than you think. And then once again, going back to the connections and following up with those connections, because it is very important to meet new people and really get out of your comfort zone. And it's just as important to follow up with them and see how they're doing and really take that connection another step and make sure it sticks out. Advice about the program is it's very hands-on, and whether it be Dr. Valeska pulling you aside and having you talk with her one-on-one about what you want to accomplish within this UMSL sports management program, or interacting on Zoom calls with the guest speakers that Valeska brings in and supplies our classes with, which is really cool, because after talking to these guest speakers, you can learn about them. You can see what it's like for someone in the real world who has gone through what we have and are doing what we want to possibly do in the future. And it's always nice because we have the freedom to reach out to them after the Zoom call and their speaking presentation is over with. So in the near future, you can reach out and form a connection with those people. And that is showed, as it's been taken advantage of with multiple times within our classes, as I've seen many people talk about and get success off of reaching out to those guest speakers after and forming connections with them after classes. Thank you everyone for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions about the UMSL sports management program, you can feel free to reach out to me. This is my email right here at lpk67p@mail.umsl.edu. Thank you. Hope you all have a great day.